Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know what today is? Monday morning chats for Sack. Sack is Bay. I hope that you guys had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. I had a good week. Last week was the first week of classes, and so I got a chance to officially teach my first seminar, and it was pretty dope. It was cool. I look forward to the semester. I look forward to teaching my students about how to advocate for low income taxpayers. This weekend I had a family reunion, so that was pretty cool. Got a chance to hang around family. Family is always important. I prioritize that, so that was fun. I got a chance to go to Ulta, got some new mascara, some new outliner, and I got a chance to try oysters. Now that's not my thing. I'm a seafood person, but I got a chance to try some oysters. That was my first time, and they were pretty good. Would I go back and get some oysters? Depends. Not really sure. And then Sunday, just went to church. Church was amazing as always, and did a little bit of food shopping and made Sunday dinner. I'm big on Sunday dinner. And so today, what I want to talk about, I want to talk about one, show people how to treat you. You hear these things on social media, like people should know how to treat you. I had a conversation with my cousin yesterday. Like, people should know right from wrong. People should know what to do and what not to do. And honestly, some people don't. And so you show people how to treat you, whether this is in a business relationship, whether this is in a romantic relationship, whether these are friendships, whether this is family. You show people how to treat you based on what you accept, based on what you allow. And it's a reflection of how you treat yourself, right? And so when it comes to business, I realized this year that this was a good year for business, right? It was a good year. However, there's some clients that I will not take back at all. Like, we cannot have a business relationship at all. And I've learned that with them, like, it wasn't even about the money. It was a matter of they were just disrupting. They were disturbing my peace, right? Disturbing my peace. And I just said, you know what? Yeah, this is not what I want. This is not the type of business relationship that I want. But I was showing them how I wanted to be treated. I was respectful, follow up with emails. They're just so delayed, not paying on time. Like, it was just a lot of stuff. And I realized, like, hey, this is not what I want. So for next tax year, that's it. Like, it's not the client that I want. In family relationships, aunts, uncles, cousins, I showed them how to treat me. And I don't ask for a lot, to be honest. Like, I don't ask for a lot at all. I just want you to respect me. Understand that my feelings are valid. I have feelings, right? I just want you to understand that. You don't have to try to understand how I'm feeling. I just want you to validate that my feelings are real, right? And so just be mindful of the things that you do, right? You just can't say things and expect me not to say anything. And there's a saying that when you keep poking the bear will attack, right? And so I show people how to treat me. Like, hey, I'm friendly to people. I'm kind. I'm mindful of what I say. And I'm still learning that because I'm direct and I'm assertive. And I've learned that. And I'm still learning that some people can't handle that. So I am mindful of that. And I try to be careful, be selective with my words because I don't want to intentionally hurt someone. And that's what I want in return, right? And so I show people that, like, hey, like, you just can't talk to me this type of way. Hey, I practice self-love on myself. I love myself. I respect myself. I give myself grace. These are the ways how I treat myself. And I'm going to show you how I want to be treated. In romantic relationships, the same thing applies. And so what happens when you show somebody how to treat you and they don't treat you accordingly? You can stick around and just accept whatever they're offering. And that means you allow it, so the person will keep doing it over and over again. Or you could take a stance and you can say something. You could say, hey, I don't accept this. I will not accept this. And this is not right. And if you don't see change behavior, you walk away. If I ever walked away from somebody or I just stopped communication, I warned the person ahead of time. But when I decide to walk away, that's letting you know, like, hey, what you're doing is unacceptable. I'm not going to accept that. And I do believe in reconnection, right? I do believe that, sometimes it's okay to hear somebody out. Like, you hear, it's unfortunate that we live in a world where it's okay to be cold. It's okay to just say, you know what? I don't care what this person has to say. I'm not going to have feelings for anybody, and I'm not going to show grace. But that's not how life is. I'm always open to reconnect. Let's say if a relationship didn't work out, whether it's business, whether it is romantic relationship, whether it's a family relationship, whether it's a friendship, I'm always open for a reconnection. If you want to have a conversation, I'm always open to that. Always open to that. And I'm open to listen, right? Because a lot of times it's easy for us to express how we feel and to just get everything off our chest. But sometimes it's okay to just scale back and just listen to the other person. Because the one thing that I've learned in life is that sometimes the things that people do to you has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with them. And once I understood that, it made sense. And I just gave people grace. Like, you know what? I don't know what they're going through, but maybe they're going through this. Because if you think about it, when a connection is lost or a connection ends, it could be for several reasons. But remember, you established that connection for a reason. Maybe you guys were good friends or just had a good relationship, however this person is connected to you. There was good in that person, and then something happened. Or there was a series of events that happened, and now it's not the same anymore. So, things like that happen. And so that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm open to have a conversation. And, sometimes I will always hear Sakina, be the bigger person. I'm going to tell you, my whole entire life, I have always been the bigger person. And the bigger person get hurt too. The bigger person has feelings. And I tell my family this, I tell my friends this, that, hey, even though I can be the bigger person, my feelings still get hurt. And so I've learned to say, you know what? I'm going to acknowledge my own feelings. I'm going to, whenever God tells me to, I'm going to express how I feel in the most respectable way as possible. So that way that person can listen to me. Now, if I'm explaining myself and they just can't comprehend, then there's nothing I can do. At least I can say, you know what, I tried. But you show people how to treat you on a consistent basis. Like, you show people how to treat you. My goal is to treat everybody with kindness. That is just my goal. That's just how I was raised. And it's sad because we live in a world where it's okay to be cold. I wasn't raised like that. And I think for me, as a child, I was around my grandparents, my great-grandmother. And I was blessed to meet two of my great-grandmothers and my great-grandfather. I was blessed. I know some people never met their great-grandparents, and I did. So I got a chance to hang around my great-grandmothers, my great-aunts, my great-great-aunts. I got a chance to be around them. And the one thing that I was taught by being around, older folks was the importance of kindness. And always paying it forward. That's how I was raised. I don't know how to be nasty to people. I don't know how to do that. I just know that I can walk away when somebody has mistreated me. Now, don't get me wrong. It took me a long time to articulate how I feel without thinking things through. And it's still a work in progress, because I've learned that even though I'm able to articulate how I feel, sometimes I had to scale back on the assertiveness, right? Some people can't handle that. And I get it now, right? And that's from people checking me hey, that's not cool. But you show people how to treat you. So how are you showing people how to treat you? Are you showing people to treat you with kindness? Are you showing people to treat you with respect? And my job, I demand it at all times. Friendships, I demand it. I saw this one thing about friendships. In order for you to have a good friend, you have to be a good friend. And so you show your friends how to treat you. So what are you showing your friends? What are you showing them? I walked away from friendships that I had for years. And it doesn't mean that I don't love them, because I do. But I just realized, like, hey, you're not treating me how I want to be treated when it comes to this friendship. And maybe what I've learned, that some people don't know how to be a friend because they don't know what true friendship is. And that was a hard pill to swallow. Like, you've been friends with someone for a long time and they don't understand it. Maybe their idea of friendship is just going out and partying. But it's more to that when it comes to friendships. It's more to that, right? And some people don't understand. And sometimes you have to show people, like, hey, like, this is not what friendship looks like for me. Like, this is what friendship looks like to me. And lay it out for them. Some people, when it comes to romantic relationships, they don't know how to love. Maybe they never been in a situation where they had to show love to someone. Maybe the things that they were doing was just enough, but it may not be enough for you. And so you have to show somebody, you have to tell them. And I had to learn that. I tell my aunt this all the time, that a lot of times, like, it's easy to say what you wasn't taught in life, right? Like, hey, I wasn't taught how to do this when you're a child. However, you didn't learn those things as a child, but you can't use that excuse as an adult. Like 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11, it says, I thought as a child, I reasoned as a child, I spoke as a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. And so at the end of the day, the goal is, are you growing up, right? Are you growing up? Because it's easy to say about the things that you wasn't taught in life. And there was a lot of things I wasn't taught in life, but I had to figure it out because I wanted better for myself. So what are you teaching people? What are you teaching people? Lastly, are you growing up? There's different aspects in our life that we all need to grow up from. I know for me, there's aspects of my life that I want to grow from and grow up from and mature. I would say a better word, to mature from. There's different pillars in my life, like, hey, I need some improvement here. Hey, I need some improvement here. But who are you around to help you mature? Like, who are you around to help you grow into a better person? My biggest thing is partnerships. Like, we are better together, whether it's friendships, whether it's business relationships, whether it's healthy romantic relationships, not just toxic, not just a basic romantic relationship, but a healthy one. We are better together. So make sure you are in partnerships that can flourish, that can grow, that can help you become your very best self. We can do good by ourselves, but we are a lot better in partnership. That's all that I have for today. I hope that you have a great Monday. I hope that you have a great week. And just remember that we are better together. You show people how to treat you. So what are you showing people? I pray that you show them that you deserve love because you are worthy of it. You are worthy of all great things. I pray that you show people that you need grace too because you mess up at times. And I pray that you give people grace on a consistent basis. And lastly, I pray that you look at different areas of your life and figure out what areas do you need to grow. And that's okay. We all need to grow. We're plants. In order for a plant to grow, you have to water. So what areas of your life are you watering? And what areas of your life are you just putting to the back burner and say, no, I'm going to just let this plant die? Make sure you are in partnerships that can help you grow, that can help elevate you to become your very best self. It is Monday, so I would like to shout out to all the dope men out there. You are amazing. You are great. You are phenomenal. Just never forget that. And to everybody else, have a great Monday. Have a great week. Take care.